Wasting your life can be as simple as living life without purpose. Don't get me wrong. If you're living your life and you don't understand the direction of operation of how your life should go, basically, you're merely existing, you're not even living. So it is not just when you're scrolling through your phone, it is not just when you are trying to go through the internet or maybe relaxing or having no activities for day that you're wasting your life. A life that is not even planned, a life that does not have priorities, a life that is doesn't have vision is basically a purposeless life. So in this video, I'll be telling you what to do not to waste your life. Hey guys, welcome to Live with NK. All I do here is to motivate you to be intentional with how you live your life. You are born once, you will live once, and you will die once.
Let me get this straight, guys. First of all, I was born without my permission. That's one thing.
In all of this living, you don't even have a spare life. Like, if you drive rough on this journey called life and anything happens, you would never be repeated again in history. So, what are you doing with the non life that you have?
Second of all, my future is in my hands. Like, what am I supposed to do with it?
That is why NK Life at NK is here to motivate you to be intentional with how you live your life. If you have a dream and you refuse to wake up from your sleep, you will die in your dream. Basically, simply put, if you have a vision without action, without executing it, you're merely hallucinating. So today in this video, I'll be telling you how to stop wasting your life. This video will answer, I'll be answering 5 questions in this video. And these 5 questions will these 5 questions are 5 WH questions that will help to direct you on how to be intentional, on how to be purposeful, on how to prioritize your life. You know, a lot of people live life on people's terms. A lot of people live life based on what others say. A lot of people basically live the template of other people by doing what people would supervise, what people wish, what people please, what people want them to do, without them wanting to do what they should have done, maybe to make themselves happy. Provided whatever you want to do is out there to please God, that should be your priority. But that is not even what we're going to be talking about today. I'll be asking us 5 questions, and these 5 questions are directed to help you live your life with intentionality, live your life purposefully. And the first question that will help you to start living life intentionally and with purpose is, who am I? Have you ever asked yourself this question? Who am I? If you've ever asked yourself the question, what answer did you get? What came to your mind? You are not just Uncle Academia, and that's my name. You're not just bearing your name. It's not just about your name. It's about you knowing the essence of your existence, knowing that before you were even conceived, there was a vision, there was a purpose assigned to you. And this you can see in Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5. The Bible says, before you were born, he knew you. Before you were even conceived in your mother's womb, he has ordained you to be. So you define yourself by what God has ordained you to be. I am a teacher. If you ask me who I am a teacher. I'm a teacher. Those days I used to think you must be in the classroom, like you must teach in the four corners of the traditional classroom. So it got me to be there a lot, like for years, for decades. Yeah. But later I realized that teaching can expand. You can teach on the internet, you can teach in the church, you can even, there are ways you can make this teaching. You can actually teaching, do professional teaching aside the one you do in a normal traditional classroom. So who are you? For me, I am a teacher, and that's why I'm here to teach you, right? Now, the second one is almost similar to the first question. This second question will lead you to start living life intentionally. and to stop wasting your life. Have you ever asked yourself this question? Why was I born? You think because your parents want you, that they just wanted to conceive, that they wanted that you were born? Far from it. Of course, they wanted children and they gave birth to you. But have you sat down to ask yourself why you were born? If you can answer this question, sit down and answer this question for yourself, you would realize that you are not living life for yourself alone. There are destinies attached to you. There are people attached to you. There are people you need to impact. There are persons you need to touch. There are people you need to rub off your ideas, your vision. For example, people that made discoveries, they did not die with their discoveries. They were able to translate it or pass the knowledge to other people. And that is part of it. Ask yourself this question: why was I born? It will help to shape your life. It will help to give you a direction of operation for your life. So that is number two. The third one is, what will the world miss if you were not born? This question, anytime I ask myself this question, it gets me thinking for days. Like, I keep asking myself, God, if you call me home tomorrow, is this the end? What will people remember me for? So ask yourself this question. And if you've asked yourself the question, what answer did you derive from it? What is your answer? What will the world miss if you were not born? Let me give you a few examples. The world would have missed salvation if Jesus were not born. The world would have missed iPhone if Steve Jobs were not born. The world would have missed Facebook if Mark Zuckerberg were not born. The world would have missed all the AI innovations if Elon Musk were not born. The world would have missed Google and all of that if Bill Gates were not born. And a lot of discoveries of the phones, of television, and a lot of things we are using. And there are other people that are also making discoveries that are not even so much of a popularity, right? But the impact they have made in the world, we still feel them and we are using them. And that is where value comes in, because the world can do without you, but the value you have printed in the sand of time, the world will always make use of your value. Anybody is indispensable. As long as you're dead and gone, life goes on, people continue. But that thing you have used to bless the world, people cannot do without it. So, what will the world miss if you were not born, if I were not born? I'm still answering that question. So, my is still in the board. So, I'm asking you the question. It will help you to stop wasting your life. Ask yourself, what will the world miss if you were not born? And if you not find an answer to it, start now, start today to start living intentionally by answering that question. If I'm gone today, will I just go like a blink of a candle in the night and nobody remembers me? Even my family might not remember me and they'll be like, oh, that was it. And that's the end of it. That is number three. Next one is, how can I make the world a better place? Still boils down to value. What are you doing to make the world better in your own little way? Don't tell me you don't have money. It's not basically about money. For the fact that you can move from here today, you're still breathing. Your life should be a blessing to the next person. What are you doing to make the world better, the world around you better? When I talk about the world, I'm talking about the world around you, where you are living in that little space, in that little corner, in your family, in your community, in your church, in the school, wherever you found yourself. What are you doing to make the world better? If you can answer this question, you're beginning to start to live and not just exist. For me, I'm trying my very best using this channel, particularly to ensure that people live their life intentionally, especially women and everybody in general. You don't just live life anyhow. Life is too short. The only thing you can do is to bring value in the short time you have. I keep shouting that life is too short because no matter how old you're going to be here in this world, say 100 years, 120 years, you're going to live 5,000 years down below. Like, that is huge. So, this 100 years, that's for very few persons that will get to 100 years, 60, 70. Ensure that your life is intentional. So that is what I'm doing. That is what I want people to remember, know me for. Bringing value, ensuring that you're living life intentionally. Let every day count. Let every minute be intentional. And that is why I purposely, intentionally choose to be very happy. A lot of things are there to weigh you down, to make you feel so sad. But the last question that would help you to have an intentional life, that will help you to stop wasting your life, is to ask yourself this very important question: what will I be remembered for when I am dead and gone? Did you like, did this ring a bell in your mind? Did it tell you something? Did you know that the biography that most times is being read at the graveside, for me, is sometimes I see it as a hoax? It's not always true. And is that all that matters in your life? Is that all you're waiting for? At the end of 96 years, somebody will just read a one-page biography. People will just write everything. And I always have an issue with this biography, because in biographies I have seen so far, nobody says something that is of a lesson to others. Everything seems or always sounds perfect. Nobody's a bad person at that moment. I understand you have to pay tribute to the dead, but that does not mean that, for me, I think it's not the real thing. So the best thing you can do is to hold the pen, be the author of your life, and start writing the story of your life now. Thank God for social media. You can document your life daily. People do vlogs, people do family vlogs, do personal vlogs, and all of that. You can do that today. You can start now. You can't watch this channel and not get motivated. Be the author of your life. What will people remember you when you're dead and gone? The stories that people are going to tell about you is just a reflection of the real story. So I would encourage you to start writing your story by yourself, so that in case people don't even have the chance to write your story, because you don't know how you're going to die, you don't know when, you don't know how. Some people just get missing. Some people were swallowed, drowned in water. Some got burnt. Like, a lot of things can happen. Disaster can happen to anybody, right? So why don't you start now? The best place to document your life right now, for me, is a social media. Be intentional about it. Ensure you make a good story. Ensure you are a good story, because the greatest event unfolding in life, it's you. You can always be a good story that can be retold 1,000 times over. There are a lot of persons that are good stories. There are also persons that are bad stories. You either cause people pains or impact. Yeah, I understand there are persons that you must still cause pain, even though you intend to make impact. But ensure that your life is impactful. Ensure that you're a good story that can be retold 1,000 times over. So, with those 5 questions well answered, trust me, you can never waste your life. Your life will be well planned. Your life will have priorities. Your life will be lived with intentionality. So, if you've not subscribed to this channel and you know you want to be intentional with your life and you've learned something, you can join my community. It's just free by hitting the subscribe button. Turn on the notification bell to get notified anytime I drop new videos. You will be the first to get notification. And don't forget to like this video in advance, and let's engage in the comment section. Thank you for listening to the end of this video. I trust you've learned something. See you again in my next one. Bye.